From the shadow of Hannibal's elephants to the gates of burning Carthage, 5 wars transformed a city-state into a Mediterranean superpower. These were the conflicts that forged the Roman Empire. Number 5 on our list is the war that nearly destroyed Rome, but ultimately made it unbreakable: the Second Punic War, fought from 218 to 201 BC. Carthage, Rome's great rival, launched an invasion that shocked the ancient world. Led by the brilliant general Hannibal Barca, a Carthaginian army of 50,000 infantry, 9,000 cavalry, and 37 war elephants crossed the Alps in one of history's most audacious maneuvers. Emerging in northern Italy, Hannibal crushed Roman armies at the Tiber River in December 218 BC, Lake Trasimene in 217 BC, and most catastrophically at Cannae in August 216 BC, where 70,000 Romans perished in history's greatest tactical encirclement. Rome refused to surrender. While Hannibal ravaged Italy for 15 years, unable to capture fortified Rome itself, the Republic raised new armies and struck back. Publius Cornelius Scipio, later called Africanus, reformed Roman tactics, adopting flexible maniples over rigid lines and emphasizing cavalry. In 204 BC, Scipio invaded North Africa, forcing Hannibal's recall. The decisive clash came at Zama in October 202 BC. Scipio's 35,000 legionaries faced Hannibal's 40,000 veterans. Roman missile skirmishers disrupted Hannibal's famed Numidian cavalry, allowing Scipio's horse to outflank the Carthaginian center. Roman infantry triplex aces formations broke through, killing 20,000 Carthaginians while losing only 1,500. The war's impact was profound. Carthage surrendered its fleet, overseas territories, and paid crushing indemnities. Rome gained Spain and Sicily, doubling its territory. More importantly, the catastrophe forced military reforms. Longer service terms, professionalized legions, and the manipular system's perfection. Rome learned to fight on multiple fronts simultaneously, sending armies to Spain, Sicily, and Sardinia while defending Italy. The Second Punic War transformed Rome from an Italian power into a Mediterranean empire builder, with hardened generals like Scipio setting the template for future conquest. Number 4 secured Rome's western dominance. The Third Punic War of 149 to 146 BC, ending with Carthage's total annihilation. Despite peace terms after Zama, Carthage rebuilt its economy through trade, alarming Cato the Elder, who ended every Senate speech with Carthago delenda est in 150 BC. When Carthaginians aided Numidia against Rome's client king Massinissa, Rome declared war, demanding Carthage move 10 miles inland and surrender its navy. Carthage demilitarized but then revolted, arming 50 merchant ships and raising 30,000 citizen militia. The siege began in spring 149 BC, with consul Manius Manilius's 4 legions encircling the city. Carthage's triple walls and massive harbor proved formidable. Initial assaults failed disastrously. In 148 BC, the siege dragged on amid consular rotations. Then came Publius Cornelius Scipio Aemilianus, adopted grandson of Africanus, elected consul at 37 despite age rules through popular acclaim. Scipio arrived with 40,000 legionaries, auxilia, and siege experts. He built a 3-mile contravallation wall, starved the city, and tunneled under walls. The final assault came April 146 BC. Scipio's mole reached the harbor after breaching seawalls. Street fighting raged for 6 days amid narrow alleys designed to funnel attackers. Carthaginian commander Hasdrubal sallied with 1,000 elite citizen troops, but surrendered. 50,000 civilians took refuge in Citadel Temple. A desperate noblewoman led 300 women in mass suicide by fire. Scipio wept watching the temple blaze, quoting Homer on Troy's fall. Of 700,000 inhabitants, only 50,000 survived enslavement. Rome razed Carthage, cursing the ground with salt, ancient tradition, modern debate. The province of Africa was created from former Carthaginian territory, securing grain supplies. This total victory eliminated Rome's last western rival, freed resources for eastern expansion, and demonstrated siegecraft's evolution. Artillery, moles, and engineering triumphing over walls. Number 3 marked Rome's eastern debut. The Macedonian Wars, 214 to 148 BC, culminating in Macedon's annexation as province. Philip V allied with Hannibal 215 BC, prompting Roman response. First Macedonian War, 214 to 205 BC, saw indecisive raids. Peace of Phoenix 205 BC. Second War, 200 to 197 BC, began when Philip allied Nabis of Sparta. Consul Publius Sulpicius Galba invaded Greece 200 BC. Philip's Macedonian phalanx dominated Cynocephaly 197 BC against Titus Quinctius Flamininus. Roman maniples exploited terrain gaps in phalanx Sarissa wall, flanking and annihilating 8,000 Macedonians. Flamininus declared Greek freedom at Isthmian Games 196 BC. Third War, 171 to 168 BC, saw Perseus rebuild army of 44,000. Lucius Aemilius Paulus invaded. At Pydna June 168 BC, phalanx initially routed Romans, but rough ground disordered Sarissas. Legion maniples slipped between files, Pila disrupted formation, legionaries closed with Gladius. 25,000 Macedonians dead/captured. Perseus fled, captured. Fourth War, 150 to 148 BC, crushed pretender Andriscus. Rome annexed Macedon as province, reorganized into 4 districts. These wars brought Greece under influence, opened Asia Minor, introduced Hellenistic wealth/art/knowledge. Roman military superiority over phalanx validated manipular flexibility. Number 2 resolved internal crisis. Social War, 91 to 87 BC, when Italian allies revolted for citizenship. Socii contributed troops, but lacked vote/land rights. Tribune Marcus Livius Drusus proposed extinction, 91 BC, assassinated by Optimates. Italics formed Italia Confederacy, minting coins, fielding 100,000 under consuls like Papaedius Silo, Marius Egnatius. Legionary armies clashed. Romans in Larica Hamata/Scutum, Italians copying manipular tactics. Consul Lucius Julius Caesar defeated Asculum, 90 BC, Praetor Marius crushed rebels Nola. Key. Lex Julius/Lex Placia Papiria, 9089 BC, granting citizenship to loyal allies. Pompeius Strabo, father of Pompey, secured north. Sulla crushed final resistance south. War killed 300,000. Marius/Sulla emerged. Citizenship extended, enfranchising 4 million Italians, expanding voting assemblies, tax base, manpower pool to 500,000 legionaries. Italy unified politically, paving way for imperial expansion under single citizen body. Number 1 built Rome's northern empire. Julius Caesar's Gallic Wars, 58 to 50 BC. As proconsul Gaul/Cisalpina, Caesar faced Helvetii migration 58 BC. At Bibracte, 30 legions crushed 260,000 tribesmen. Germanic Ariovistus defeated Alsace. 59 BC, Belgic coalition 300,000 strong attacked Caesar's 8 legions took Nerve at Sabus River. 57 to 56 BC Nervii/Veneti/Atrebates crushed. 52 BC Vercingetorix united 80 tribes. Alesia siege masterpiece. Caesar built 11-mile contravallation/double circumvallation around Hillfort, repelling 250,000 Gallic relief army with ballistae/scorpions. Vercingetorix surrendered. Mop-up 51 to 50 BC. Conquest added Gaul, modern France/Belgium, 500,000 sq miles, immense wealth/slaves. Caesar's Commentarii de Bello Gallico became military classic. 8-year campaign made Caesar national hero, funded civil war triumph. Gaul provided legions, defeating Pompey/Egypt/Pontus. These 5 conflicts did more than expand Roman borders, they transformed a city-state on the Tiber into the core of a continental empire. The Second Punic War forced Rome to rebuild its armies, rethink its tactics, and learn to fight long, multi-theater wars against a brilliant opponent in Hannibal, turning near destruction into hardened resilience. The Third Punic War then eliminated Rome's last serious rival in the western Mediterranean, turning former Carthaginian lands into a dependable source of grain, wealth, and security that freed Roman leaders to look east. In the Macedonian Wars, Rome dismantled the Hellenistic kingdom that had once dominated Greece, proving that its flexible legions could defeat the famed Macedonian phalanx, and opening the door to intervention and eventually control across the Greek world and Asia Minor. The social war internalized that expansion by transforming Italy itself. Former allies became citizens, providing a massive, unified manpower base and tax pool that would sustain Roman armies for generations. Finally, Caesar's Gallic Wars added an enormous, resource-rich territory to the Republic while propelling a single commander to unmatched prestige and power, setting the stage for civil war and, ultimately, the transition from Republic to Empire. Together, these 5 wars reshaped Rome's enemies, its allies, its institutions, and its ambitions, until the Republic could no longer be just a city with friends and subjects, but had to become the ruling center of an empire spanning the Mediterranean world.